Welcome to Checkinnchats. Like I said, when was the last time you check in? So come and check in. What we saying, Leets, bruv?
I'm
Last
Lito.
episode. Listen, I'm Chris. I was getting straight into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, last episode was, I had to go and walk away for a second. You know what I'm saying? I went for a walk, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Because it was a kind of deeper one still. It was nice for me to say it to my friend. And for those that don't know, I sent a message to my friend. And it was a voice note. He was feeling down, saying that, feels like no one cares about him, always feeling abandoned in the sense of relationships, family. And I remember just saying to myself, do you know what? I've never done this. And I sent him a voice note just saying, I love you. And it was even nice for me to be vulnerable, but even more nicer that he could receive it and feel vulnerable enough to tell me, yeah, no, that touched me.
So tell me, when was the last time you told one of your friends you loved them, your male friend?
I think that was the last time, and that was
when was the last time before that?
Never.
You know, this is one thing about Mandem is, and we do this with our children, especially the male. We don't tell our children we love them enough. We don't show that type of emotion or vulnerability because we're programmed that that's weak.
Facts.
That's not normal.
Facts.
To tell somebody that you love them, if you actually love them, is normal.
But we get to this stage like, no homo, and it gets all thrown out of proportion where you can't even say to your boy, like, man, love you, Do you know what I mean? Man's got to put pauses and put whys and put all the other commas and dots and full stops.
Part of pause and why is a part of immaturity. It's part of dealing with your own things as well. Do you understand where I'm coming from? We put all of these.
But for real, on a deeper
these
one.
are called, I call them deceptos. It's a decepto.
Because you feel it, but you don't want to feel it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It's just like, even when a man says to you, like, I love you, like, pause. But really and truly, you just don't want to actually feel that love and actually receive it and be like,
foreign.
wow.
It's just foreign. It's something that people don't understand how to deal with. It's not normal to them. It's a foreign. No one said it. You catch a man off guard, he's going to say pause rather than raw. I love you too,
Yeah.
I think traveling through life, even in a relationship, even in a long-term relationship, it can become stressful. It can take you to points. And we as men, we really do deal with that shit on our own.
100%.
Because I guess it's a face thing. I guess it's a ego thing. It's a, I don't want him to know my business anyway, kind of things. Ignorance as well.
No, but it is that. And why do we continue that on? Because obviously, like I said, I've done that in my past, straight. Do you know what I mean? In the sense of, you get into a relationship and you parallel away from the mandem, but you don't want to actually just tell them the truth of, I'm in love, and I think she's the one, and all these kind of things. So you end up parrying away, and the man is like, oh, man fell off, and man can't talk to him, and you kind of put the blame on the woman, just so much trying to say, and the man are thinking, he's just all loved up, and maybe it's her, and it's like, no, it's actually really me.
And when we play with that alter ego, because that's what they are, is alter egos, it destroys or it's a detriment to your relationship. Because you're trying to play two different parts of the game. The love game is one game, but you're mismanaging it by splitting yourself in half. All right, the mandem, your woman.
It's okay to tell the mandem that you love your missus. It's okay to tell your mandem that, you know what, man, do the dishes sometimes, mandem.
No, I don't do the dishes.
You need to do the dishes, fam.
No. In my vows, I told my wife,
what is this, bro?
I love her. I will love her to the kitchen sink and back.
Wow.
That was in my vows.
No, I heard that.
Me and washing up, we're not virgins.
My missus is a little bit the same like that, do you know what I mean? Like, she will cook for days, yeah, and just leave pot. But I'm that type of person, like, I don't mind doing the dishes. I don't mind chipping in. I don't mind doing and it's okay if you do that. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
it's okay.
Like,
but me and washing up, I got a bridging just like you. He doesn't mind getting his hands wet in the sink.
Yeah, man, it's
That's
calm.
what I bought a dishwasher for, though.
Wow, yeah. No, I hear it. Mrs. is barking out cleaner now. You know what's there? So I'm like, do you know what? Might have to just draw for the cleaner then, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just to be able to sometimes do certain things or say certain things of, like, even sometimes, man's watching Foolishness with the missus. I'm keeping it real. Yeah, man, I'm watching Love Island, The Temptation Island, Love is Blind, and I'm fully involved. I'm not gonna lie. Man, them foot's up fully involved like raw. So don't feel like you can't go to the man them and be like raw. Like man just sit down on a one away, watch a look of rom-com. But we sometimes feel like it's demasculine to say that, or man's gonna look at man. But I'm involved.
I got a bridging, right? And he's a bit older than me. And he's proper about that life, right? But he said to me, brother man, I have to watch certain things like Emmerdale Farm. I remember this so Coronation Street, Home and Away. He said, I need to watch these things because my life is very
Different.
complex.
Yeah.
But I see a lot. So I need something that just takes me away and allows me to just chill. I say that to get to here. It's always about this watchy thing. Like, what does your opinion matter?
To what?
To my world.
100%.
As long as I'm happy in my world. I'm not saying that you can't have an opinion.
No.
Doesn't mean that that's got to live in my head. Listen, you see Checkin, see man them, I need women to understand that I think they just have us off a lot of the time that we don't care.
I like the fact you even touched on that. Facts.
When more time we care more than you think we care.
100%.
We just don't know how to communicate it.
Facts. And I've always said that to the missus. A lot of men, because we haven't been taught, and not in a bad way, I was growing up with a single mother. So there was no man to teach me on how to articulate myself in a certain way, on how to be a man, on how to act like a man. So I'm being raised by a woman. So once again, their sense of care and my understanding of care is two different understandings, but it's not like I don't care. I don't know how to express to you that I care because I've been told to, man up and all these kind of things that you've been told for me to do. I've ended up programming that, and now I can't even let out the softer side of me to be like, do you know what, babe? I don't know how to communicate right now. Do you know what? I'm feeling angry. But because as a man, I'm told that I must man up and that soft side can never come out now. Do you know what I mean? Even if I want it to, do you know what I mean? Because I'm looking at you and you're sitting there thinking, rah, are you now going to be demasculine and you're now sitting there always crying and bitching up? No, that's what we want to do. But that's what I say to myself, how do I change everything? And I've done that, boo. Like I said, when she told me, you have to go counseling, Chris. My biggest line, I didn't care. And in some areas, I didn't. But then I started understanding, why is it that I'm feeling like I don't care? Bro, you proper don't care because you feel like there's so much pain that you've gone through in your life. This is nothing. I just suck it up. I got kicked out when I was 16. What are you telling me? Telling me we got to go and talk and go cancel? Lie that, bruv. Sure, I'll get over it. You're not the one then, innit? Let me just keep it moving. I live by myself anyway. I'm a grown-ass man. My mum can't tell me nothing. Dad can't tell me nothing. I start getting into that straight aggressive. Yeah, ignorance, aggressive. Like, I don't care what you got to say. It's not me, it's you. You don't want to figure it out because I done told you, and that's not. And then I had to start peeping my own life like, bro, like, you've got some trauma since you were 16. You was actually depressed. I actually started to go back and talk to my mum and be like, Raj, you know what? Like, I didn't actually like the fact that you did that, And it was being a gracious of our conversation, big man thing, that you checked in on me and you said, Chris, don't leave no time, regardless whether it's you're talking to them on like happy-go-lucky or it's just communicating, but don't stop that communication.
100.
Check in, man.
Because one day you won't be able to.
Facts.
And that's a reality. You understand me? Like, and that it's such a. I wish that could. I'm going through this grief, right? So this is another thing with emotions. We don't express our emotions. So, right, cool. I'm at the grief stage right now that I feel guilty. I feel guilty that my mum died alone. I feel guilty. I don't know how long my mum was on the floor in that bedroom. Do you understand me? And it's like, you try to, I don't want to get emotional, like, but I can't stop this emotion. Do you know what I mean? Like, right now, my whole brain is asking me, please don't get emotional right now. Like, it's mad when you think about grief, yeah? So, grief has layers, and I didn't realize that grief had layers. When I say grief has layers, for the first year of my mum dying, I didn't think about nothing. I threw myself into admin, life admin, whatever, distracting myself. Now year 2 comes along. Now you start to miss, you see the gap, you see there's a space, she's not there. So now I get to the end of year 2 and I'm at that point now where I look back and start to be reflective in what was, how it was. And I spent a lot of time angry at my mum because she wasn't giving me answers about a man that didn't give a shit about me in the first place. So I wasted time. So I guess why that was just a trigger for me is if you have a parent in your life, I don't care if it's DNA, guardian, carer, I don't care. And you lot have fallen out because of shit. Because that's all it is shit. Unless this person has physically abused you or it's shit at the end of the day. It's battles of opinions, egos, rights and wrongs, goods and bads. That is all it is. But death is permanent. Death is silent. You won't get to speak again. She's not round the corner. I don't get to have a second go. We can't retake. All I can do is sit here and say, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Don't make that be you, man. That's why I'm glad that you took that time to be able to talk to your mum. So even if this is the last episode that we do, I know that we linked up or I checked in and you checked in on me for a reason and this happened for a reason and we've had this conversation. I think this is a good time to introduce our first guest.
100%. 100%. And I just want to even just thank you before we introduce him, just for being real and just for being honest. And I think 9 times out of 10, we don't see that enough. Seriously, we don't see that enough. And yeah, man, it's powerful, man. It's powerful, it's deep.
It's not, like I said to you, this pain, I wished I could turn this pain off. I wished I couldn't be this emotional on camera. Like, I wished I could just sit here and be this strong man, but this pain, it can hit you at any time. And I don't wish this on my worst enemy. Remember, my worst enemy, I do not wish this on. Do you know what I mean? So
check in, man.
Yeah, man, check in.
Check in.
Check in. Our first guest to the show.
First guest.
I think you should just introduce yourself. I'm going to throw him in the deep end because he's been looking at the cameras, yeah. He's been looking at the cameras and watching us and he's like, oh,
man's been
God.
wobbly. Man said, aye, listen,
Oh,
man,
God,
I didn't know the setup was like
yeah.
this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't normally do this, but once again, it's not a case of whether you're camera shy, whether you're on the camera or not on the camera. It's a conversation. We're just checking in.
Ignore the cameras. We're just checking in.
Yeah, I can't lie. I'm nervous. But yeah, I've been watching you, man, listening to you lot talk. And it's like, I have to salute you lot. I have to pat you on the back because I think our community definitely needs platforms like this to communicate things like this that we're not talking about. And we don't broach these subjects. So it's like, check in, like I was saying before, it's a simple statement, but it's so important.
So important.
So important. So yeah, salute you, man.
And you know what's mad, yeah? So this is Delroy. He's like my brother from another mother, yeah? Like, his kids are like my nieces and nephews. Like, I've grown them, and I guess I'm gonna ask you something because he didn't know. He thought he was just coming here to film a bit for my camera for my vlog. He's in the hot chair, right?
Hot chair,
I'm not
hot
prepared
seats.
at all for this.
He's not in the hot chair.
Yeah.
Nah, of course not.
So this is why I couldn't ask this question and I needed to give you that background so you knew that I could ask this question off the cuff. This is off the cuff. He doesn't know what I'm going to ask him. When your son got stabbed, right? And now you know that he has mental health from that. How did you feel in that moment at the hospital? Because you've never talked to me about this.
Why?
You've never talked to me how you feel, how it changed your son as a person, or at that time when you was in the hospital. You've dealt with this on your own in the shadows. You've never even come to me and said to me, right, big man, let's ride out. And not that that's your temperament, but I'm saying you haven't even said that to me.
Express anything.
He's done it on his own.
Boy, it was crazy. It was like I was watching it from outside of myself. You know what I mean? It hit me different. It took me a while for it to even sink in. All now, it hasn't even fully sunk in, and it was years ago. You get me? But it just makes you so protective over your family. Do you know what I mean? And it definitely brings you closer. And it's like, shows you how you can be, you can feel like, I don't know how to put it, like, you feel alone as a unit dealing with a problem. And then when you have to deal with the authorities that deal with these types of things as well, how they don't fully understand as well. It's like, it's deep, it's hard. And even trying to get your missus through it. You see what I'm saying? Because I have to salute her as well, man. She listen, man. I can't even put into words. She's an incredible woman, the way she dealt with it. But it's like, the love for my family, it strengthens through something like that.
100%.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just
it's quite nice what you're even saying, and also quite sad that the fact that, you know, you had that support, but at the same time you felt like you needed to be there for everybody. Do you know what I mean? You need to make sure that you're just standing firm.
Yeah,
I
trying to
can't
be the
have
man,
no kinks in my armor at this point of
trying
time.
to be the man at that time.
So what about those times when you was alone sitting in it?
I just remember sitting down, just overthinking, like not overthinking, just thinking, going over it again and again in my head, like talking to God, being thankful that he's still here, bro. You get me? That's the main thing that kept me strong. The fact that he's still here, I'm just gonna focus on trying to make him stronger and grow through it, because it shook him, bro. You know what I mean? When he describes it, like laying on the floor in a pool of his own blood, bro. You know what I'm saying? Crazy just to think about it. And I wasn't there, obviously, at the time, but rushed to the hospital. I'm seeing blood squirting out of him. Do you see what I'm saying? Nurses panicking. I'm just thinking, look, God.
And was it like a normal day, normal evening, or normal night? Like,
Yeah, it was a normal day, bro. It was a completely normal day. He's always out with his friends, doing his thing. They've usually got each other's back and that.
Yeah.
But at this time, he was on his own. He didn't even do anything to cause it, bro. It's just affiliation.
Of course.
He was affiliated with a guy that this guy had a problem with.
Do you
Do
understand?
you see what I'm saying? And he just ended up getting poked. But yeah, it's affected him to this day in major ways, man. But yeah, I'm just thankful that he's still here.
Yeah.
And he's growing. But yeah.
And we've got to give thanks on that, like you even said, because there's so many young boys that they're not here. Do you know what I mean? So kind of thing. So, you know, that pressures, the things that we sometimes talk about in the sense of life. Like we were saying in our last episode, live. Like, you know, sometimes you don't even want to live life, but live life. Sometimes I'm trying to tell these young boys that, you know, the ones there, live with them. Do you know what I mean? Live. Stop trying to die for everybody. Like, live for them, you know? And it's so important. So big up to yourself every single time, man. And I know that for most, man, these are tough processes of what we go through. And like, let's say saying that we don't ever actually say anything. We're just sitting in our confined space feeling like, well, what do I do? And if I do break down, what does that mean for me? Does that mean that I'm less of a man now? Does that mean that I can't control my situation? Does that mean that I'm not a now father? Does that mean that,
your growth?
You know, and this is what it is. It's about that growth.
Take something like that sometimes to show you, listen, just open up. You know what I mean? That's like, that touched me when you lot touched on that. Because it's like, takes big things like that in your life for you to say, you know what, forget the whatever you had before. Like, open up, talk.
When was the last time your dad told you that he loved you?
My dad never told me that. But I know he does, obviously, but
when have you
my dad's like me, so I fully understand and get it. It's like even me to my son. No, I was just going to say, I've done it, I've said it once or twice, yeah? But it took a conscious thought in my head, you know what? You should do that, you know? It wasn't natural. I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to do that today. And I did it, yeah? And it felt great, bro.
See?
It felt great. Yeah.
And that's something that's so important, you know, because even down to my missus, she realised that about me in the sense of I'm not really a big hug her and showing affection and love because none of my family did it. My mum don't kiss, we don't hug, we don't do nothing. Do you know what I mean? So even she was just like, what is it? And I had to consciously start thinking about why am I not hugging this woman that I know that I love and I'm not expressing to her that I actually do love her. I actually do love you. And it's quite sad because, like I said, the way that I've been brought up, it just became second nature. It became something that I thought was normal and didn't realize that it ain't normal. And sometimes there's been times when I have wanted to express myself and I didn't know how to. So now, even now with my sisters and everything, I say to my sister, I love you. We hug before we leave now and all the kind of rest of it. And don't get me wrong, at first it felt a little bit awkward. I was like, love you. But I could say to my missus, I love you, I love you, I love you. I could say to my child, I love you, I love you, I love you. But for certain family members, I still find it difficult to even say some word as simple as I love you. And I actually do. So I don't know why I'm finding it so difficult to say it. That's not what I'm saying.
It's crazy.
It's even my 4-year-old. My 4-year-old right now, Kason, right? I say I love you, but he's showing me this awkwardness. He doesn't want to say I love you back. And I'm having to, but slowly he's starting to get it. Like the other day he caught me off guard. Dad, I love you. Like, and he caught me off guard with it.
You got to love the kids, innit?
So I guess it is with consistency.
100%.
And it's my 4-year-old that's shown me that with consistency, it becomes second nature.
Yeah.
And you show him that from a young age. So he's
From a young
grow,
age. So he's going to grow up knowing, do you understand me? Like me and Tay, I could hug Tay now. We don't really hug as much, but I would tell him I'm proud and I love you without a heart. I don't have to think, I don't have to pre-program or it doesn't have to be for a reason. I would just tell him that I love him randomly. Do you know what I mean? And
it's like it should be, man.
And it's important though, and I think we don't express that side of love because even sometimes, and we touched on it on the last show in the sense of men are so logical. Like we want things to be like this, but we are nurturing as well. You know, once there, we have a love inside as well. And I feel like sometimes we're not able to showcase that. And it's a beautiful thing because my son makes me be present. Do you know what I mean? There's so many times when I'm sitting there and I'm just trying to coach him through life, so to speak, our way. You know, they're like, big man, this is what you do, and you gotta be a strong boy, and you gotta do this, and rare. And when you get older, and this time he's just looking up, and I'm like, what are you looking at? He's like, I'm looking at the tree. I'm just here, Dad. I'm just being present, and sometimes we forget to be present. And he's taught me so much in life, in the sense of I'm meant to be teaching him life skills, and he's the one that's teaching me life skills
as well.
He's teaching me patience. He's teaching me love again. He's teaching me all these things that I've never had. I never had when I was growing up. To a point, sometimes I get frustrated and I look at my son, I'm like, he's spoiled. He's spoiled. Or is he not? Or is he just loved?
One thing I realized as a father is I done take kind of a detriment that I have to own. And that is, I did spoil him. I did live my childhood once through my son. Which left him not wanting or understanding the true value of certain things. And I think that a lot of parents, we do this. We try to compensate for what we never had as children through our children. We have to find the balance, otherwise it becomes imbalanced. Do you understand where I'm coming from? And I'm hoping that I learned that with Kason now. I hope that. So that's just one thing that I've learned through my parenting with Tay is, with my second child now, I hope that I try to find a little bit more balance so that he appreciates more rather than expects more. It's a learning curve. There's no manual to this.
And I think that's a beautiful thing. And I think even like we touch on it sometimes, but don't be afraid as well, other man. Them like if you see another man doing certain things, because that's what I said. I never had a dad, so I was having to have a carbon copy of certain things that I seen. And don't be ashamed to sometimes put your hands up and be like, right, I don't even have it all. Don't be afraid to tell your child that I might not have the answer, but guess what? We're gonna find the answer together. But you don't have to feel less of a man. Like, right, like my son's come to me or my daughter's come to me and I can't even pattern up. And we shy away from these kind of things. And when sometimes actually being that little bit vulnerable and saying, do you know what, Daddy doesn't know, you know? And I think that's important because it shows your child growth that there is certain things in life that we don't always know. And I think we put that side to our children all the time, that Daddy's there, Daddy's always going to fix it. Even my son, like, he thinks I can fix everything to a point. Sometimes it's unfixable. I'm looking at him and like, brother, you broke it. Like, it's broken, fam. You know what I'm saying? He's like, fix it. Daddy, fix it. Goes into his little toolkit trying to bring out screwdrivers for me. Daddy, and I'm like, no, it's finished. Do you know what I mean? But it's also nice when I let him know that there's a balance. There's some days that he can do certain things and can support and can help. And there's other days when we're going to have to find another solution. It can't be fixed. So what we're going to have to do now? I'm going to have to teach him, like, you know, you're going to have to play with your stuff a little bit more nicely. You can't step on your stuff, Baba. Do you know what I mean? So it's all these kind of small little things which it's just nice to hear it from other men. And I think that's what we're going to try and create.
I want to ask Delray, how is life for you right now?
How is it now? Right now,
For Delray.
well, I've been married, 8? Got married in August last year. Can't lie, life's been blessed since then. It's just been blessed, bro. I mean, but like you say, I could see my son more and my father more. But other than that, I see my mum all the time. But it's like, I can't lie. At the moment, things are blessed for me at the moment.
And I just wanted to touch on that in the sense of marriage, because a lot of us as men, we don't want to commit. Tell the truth. Every man them start commit. Yeah, we want to be out there, field, left, right. Man don't want to commit. But man's having hella use, but the man still don't want to put a ring on it in that kind of sense. So what was one of your moments in the sense of knowing that this is what I want to do, this is someone that I want to spend the rest of my life with, and taking that, because I think it's a real commitment.
I met my missus at the age of 15.
Wow.
I'm 49 now.
Wow.
So for me, I knew that she was the one from years back. But it was like, we went through a bad patch as well, not too long ago, about 7 years ago.
Yeah.
And in that patch, I learned a lot. I was like, nah, I want this woman back. Yeah. And thank God I got her back.
No, but
and
see,
I knew,
but is that time when you have to let go of your pride, let go of your ego?
Lessons,
like,
innit?
yeah,
It's like,
100%.
these things that happen to us in life, these big things that happen to us in life, teach you, they just grow you, innit? And I grew, and I was like, yeah. Forget the craziness, forget all the madness. This is the one. I want to make this work properly. I can't be here again. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, but real talk.
Yeah.
And it takes a commitment to do that, and I love that. I love seeing more men walking down the aisle and understanding what it means, because we get so roped into, not everyone, but majority of men, you know, she's gonna take 50-50 and trust me, pre. And I'm like, bruv, why are you even setting downfalls on my relationship anyway, bruv? Like you said, I'm turning this for life. I'm not planning on this to break up. I'm not planning on what ifs. Do you know what I mean?
I was at his wedding, This is man done so his wife walks down the aisle, these lot embrace. Big man, you think these lot could let go of each other? I'm in the front row, I'm sitting there, I'm looking up. I'm like, she's looking over his shoulder. I'm like, are you not gonna let go? Like,
let go.
It's 90 seconds.
That's before anything's happened.
Yes, this is before. She just walked up the aisle. There was it was the
Pastor
biggest
can't even say nothing right now.
It was the biggest pause and silence I've ever heard. Everyone's just looking like, right, is she all right? She fainted? No, she's all right. But it was in that moment I knew that in that silent moment spoke 1,000 emotions.
Yeah.
That's me, bro.
You know,
I'm trying not to get emotional now, bro. It was deep, bro.
It's a beautiful thing, and I praise that, and it's more blessings and more life, and I'm halfway down the road, so I know my missus is going to be sticking it on me now. You know what's there? We're engaged, but you get me? We've been engaged for a couple of years now. You know what's there? She's looking at me like,
he's married still.
yeah, you know what's there? The worst thing about it, man, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell the truth. The man is going to laugh at me. You know what's there? The reasons why I got a wedding ring on my finger, bruv, because when I got her engagement ring, I thought it was unfair. I'm always about fairness. So I'm like, how the I don't get a ring. You know what's there? Like, you get an engagement, I'm getting nothing. I'm just out here, still in the streets, naked. No. So I went and bought myself a ring. You know what's there? So even when I proposed to her, I bust the box open. There was 2 rings in there. She was like, "Really, Chris?" And there's actually literally a picture of her putting a ring on my finger. I said, "Yeah, no, we ain't doing none of that. So, man, them have it fair. Do you know what I mean? Even when it comes down to our wedding ring, you get me? I said, whatever your wedding ring is, I don't care. 5 grand, 2 grand, 10 grand, I don't care. But know that mine's 10 grand too.
See, love, everybody, when you say the word love, everybody's thinking of a red heart right now. They're thinking of petals, and the wind blowing in the trees.
Yeah,
and the petals are white.
That movie love.
Yeah.
2.4 children
Paris.
in a picket fence.
Yeah.
Paris.
Yeah.
Sexy beach. For me, I believe that love is dark. It's when you are at the lowest bottom point, but still understand why you're there.
Yeah. Big.
If you ain't got that, it ain't
That's
lasting.
love.
No, it's it.
You gotta go through them.
100%.
Do you understand me?
No.
Not looking at, oh, you done this, so you know what? And I done that. And no, it's to look past that and know that I love you and you love me. Now let's work on the problem.
Yes.
That's love.
That's real love, innit? Like I said to the missus all the time, it's real
Everything
love.
else is a fantasy.
100%.
It's the 2.4 children and a picket fence.
100%.
Do you think that in a relationship, you can love multiple times the same person?
It can happen. Yeah, definitely. I always believe that in the sense of, I'm not going to lie. So my theory is like, I love my missus, but sometimes I don't like her. You know what's there? And that is kind of my understanding of sometimes falling in and out of love. So it's like, I love you, but some days I don't like you.
Can I ask you a question? The way lupus is dealing with you physically, obviously I can see your physical scars, right? How is that for you? How are you coping with that?
It's quite powerful that you even said that, because for me, it's like, it's still taking me a long time. And this is big man thing to sometimes even see myself naked inside the mirror. Just what I'm trying to say, because I've got so much scabs, so much marks over my body, my face, you know, one's there. And I remember writing a piece of a poem, and I said, like, people don't even realize that I've changed so much on the inside and I've changed so much on the outside, but people don't realize that I'm never going to see the old Chris again. And that meant like my appearance, my clear face. And I even had to sit there and say to the missus, like, do you still even love me the same way? Like, are you still even attracted to me? Like, do you like me like that? Because I'm not going to lie, I don't like myself. I don't like what I see in the mirror, and it's okay for everybody to have a certain perception of themselves. And I'm still trying to get over it of, rah, like, this is the new me. This is what you look like.
And to make you feel insecure.
100%. And to a point, like, I can't even go out now. I've kind of got used to the one or two on my face and everything, but I can't go out now unless I'm fully armed up and unless I've got a hat over my head. I can't even afford to go bald. Do you know what I mean? Because of the indentation and all the scars and all the scabbings and all the rest of it, to a point like, even now, bruv, get me, we need to tear it off sometimes. No mask, no filter, no shame. Do you know what I mean? But I'm vulnerable, you know? I don't feel the right sense of myself, to a point I'm not even gonna lie. I felt like, you know, there's certain men are getting the man wigs and everything now, bruv. I said, oh, boy, what am I gonna just, Because that's how insecure that I feel. I'm like, bro, maybe if I just get some hair to cover some of these indentations, then maybe I might feel better. And the hardest thing and the worst thing about it, what's so shameful about it, is this is something that I think that I want because I'm conscious about how I feel. But my son and my missus love me so much unconditionally. It's so frightening, because when I'm in the house and I'm in my normal state like this now, my son doesn't even bat her eyelid. The missus don't bat her eyelid. She loves me. And sometimes I keep forgetting that, and that's probably my perception of what I want everybody else to see. And it doesn't really matter, because what really matters is what's at home.
I think I'm going to put that on the same level as stretch marks. It's part of your journey, you know. Like, I know it's not part of the journey that you wanted, Chris, but these scars are a part of your journey. They tell their own story. Do you know what I mean? So if you hide them under a hat every day, how do you get to tell your story? Because your story is hidden under the hat too. It's more than just the scar. How do you get to educate somebody else about lupus if half of your story is hidden?
And that's a deeper one still, no, for real. And you know, it's like, no matter what anyone says to you, you know, I can't even scroll back in my phone too far back now, do you know what I mean? Because I'll see certain pictures and be like, bro, man had the clear skin and yeah, the little afro and everything. And you're right. And I have been hiding underneath the hat because I'm like, in my own reality, I'm hoping that one day the hair's gonna go back and you know, no one's there. I'm gonna get
So
back
now this is my
to
question.
that person. Just what I'm trying to say. But
Does
that
the
person,
hair grow back?
it does, but it doesn't grow back fully now. So there's just certain areas where it's just like completely bald. Like the surface of my hair, there is no.
So the scarring now, so the scarring and what's happened, that is taking away all of your hair follicles.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So the scarring now. So on certain bits and areas, it's just smooth. There's like literally no hair coming back from that in that kind of sense. And yeah, it's like I said, it's difficult because, like you said, as much as you can sit there and be comfortable and be confident, I'm online and I'm like, yeah, this and that. As much as I'm vulnerable, as much as when I'm going out on the streets and everything, kids are the funniest, but also the best of sometimes breaking it. Do you know what I mean? So even when I go to schools, everyone knows I work in schools. Kids are not feeling no way to be like, sir, take off your hat. Like, why are you always wearing a hat? I'm like, big, I'm fighting my kitchen. I'm like, big man, what you do? I top man up. Like, don't take off the hat, fam. You know what's there? But like you said, I'm hiding behind it because I'm also not comfortable with it. I'm also woke up this morning and I know what's underneath there, fam. So you don't need to keep asking me like, wow, sir, like, why you take off your hat? There's a reason, isn't it? Yeah, I'm feeling insecure right now. Do you know what I mean? But it's the same thing when they ask me like, what's wrong with your face? Why is your face like that, sir? Like,
Maybe one day you'll get to that point, and do you know how powerful that will be for those children? For you to stand in front of them naked, because that's what it is. I'm not talking in the literal terms.
Of course.
I'm talking.
But bare
as
me.
in,
This is who I am.
This is me, without the hat on, and
it's
make
so
them understand that you still get up every day.
And it's so funny that you said that because behind closed doors, there was something that I was gonna push, and maybe it's the right time to even push it. But I was sitting there the other day and I was like, I need to tear it off. And I didn't know when to tear that plaster off, but today you've made me tear it off. And the concept was for a campaign to be like, no mask, no filter, no shame.
It takes a lot. Do you know what I mean? But real recognize real, and that for me is one of my I got goosebumps right now on my arms. It's like it's a big moment. It's a big moment in the fact that we don't know each other. We've known each other for 6 weeks, and we met for filming twice. Do you know what I mean? It's been so we've actually spent in each other's company 4 hours.
Yeah.
And for you to express that vulnerability with a guest on the show as well is like, I commend you, man. Like, I really do.
And that just goes with everybody expressing, though. Do you know what I mean? I think that's what's beautiful about it, that I feel comfortable enough to be able to know that I can check in, that I'm not being judged. If not, I'm being commended. If not, I'm being praised. If not, I'm being told.
Man.
Do you understand? Yeah. And we don't see that enough. So I thank you guys because, like I said, regardless of the fact of any of us feeling like we knew what happened, this is a powerful day for me. It's a step forward. You know, you're going to see a lot more videos now with me with my hat off. Just what I'm trying to say straight. I'm out here now. Do you know what I mean?
Man. Push your campaign. It tells you, it is the story. Because what people need to realize is, if you want to go back in your phone to those photos when you had your afro and you had your clear skin, nobody knew that this day was going to happen, but it can. And I think people take life for granted.
For granted, we so do, man.
Do you understand me?
Because if someone would have told me this a year ago, do you think I would have stopped drinking the fizzy drinks, eating the chicken? Yeah, I would have patterned up, said, what is this, what's going on? But that's the reasons why we have to check in.
If you want to get involved, on the screen now, you'll see the email. It's Checkinnchats
But you're gonna see it flashing up right now.
This is how you know it's fresh. You're gonna see it on the screen. You're gonna see it on the screen.
And if not, you're gonna also see his page and my page. So if you do want to contact us or you want to DM me, I'll be able to send you over the information as well.
But yeah, man, I think this is a platform. Hopefully, please share it.
Yeah, man, please.
I don't really do this in my videos, but this one,
it's important, isn't it?
I just feel like, yeah, please share it. We're growing this from the ground up.
This has been Checkinnchats, and I think it even goes nice with the slogan now: no mask, no filter, No shame.
And be proud of yourself, my brother. I appreciate it. Delroy, thank you for coming on the
Man.
show.
Blessings and big up yourself every single
Thanks
time,
for
man.
opening up. And
Get me.
until the next time.
Yeah, I've been Chris.
I've been Lito.
And bruv, we're out.
You'll recognize real.
Real Talk Truth Season.
Until the next episode.
We're out.
Peace.
Love.